Hello and welcome to a series that is taking a little longer to make than expected. Not because of actually taking hard work, mainly because of me being lazy, but whatever. This is DJ's episode of our Total Drama Action series, where what if DJ didn't quit Chef's deal and didn't quit the show by extension. But of course, before that, we do have our first few things that happen all the same. Riot on set, crazy voice crack. 310 to Crazy Town. The aftermath still plays out the same. The Chef Shank redemption happens, bringing Izzy back. Hold on, let me bring these guys up. Bringing Izzy back and taking Gwen out. So then we get to the Sandwich Project, and I quickly want to say before we go to the Sandwich Project that if y'all are also Disventure Camp fans, there is about to be a lot of Disventure Camp content on the channel. Of course, there will still be this going on and other Total Drama stuff going on the channel as well, including Total Drama Multiverse, which you should definitely check out. I just released Season 2, Episode 18. But we're starting to get designs for Disventure Camp Season 5. You got the remake coming out soon. There's like 5 days until the finale of Season 4. I mean, like, there's a lot going on. So I do hope that y'all will be excited for what I have planned, because I do have a lot of videos planned, and I also hope that y'all hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of them. Okay, the selfish promo is over, and we can get to the Sandwich Project. So in the Sandwich Project, the Killer Grips lose, but DJ quits. In this timeline, instead of DJ being all nervous about it, he snaps in this episode and is like, you know what? Screw it. I'm done being the good guy, and I'm gonna win this game for my mom, because that seems like something he'd do for his mom. So he's gonna take it one way or another. So he takes the deal, or he stays in the deal. So the Killer Grips still go to elimination, where the two people at the bottom were Lindsay and Justin. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this would be a Justin elimination, just because Izzy, Owen, and then I can't remember. I don't know if Lindsay and Beth did. I'm assuming they did, though, because I don't know why Lindsay would get out, because that would mean like Beth had to vote Lindsay or Justin had to vote Lindsay. So I'm pretty sure this would be a Justin out right here. But then we get to Full Metal Drama, which of course we are skipping all the filler episodes. For example, Masters of Disasters will, if my other website will work. Masters of Disasters we're skipping. We go straight to Full Metal Drama. Oh, this is the Admiral Lindsay, her hotness thing still goes in full swing. But we do have Izzy's elimination here. And I think they'd still lose. And honestly, I think Izzy would still probably get out, just because Lindsay and Beth obviously aren't going to vote for each other. And then, I mean, Owen probably wouldn't. So it'd probably actually be a tiebreaker. So it'd probably be 2 votes Izzy, 2 votes probably Lindsay for the whole Admiral, her hotness, getting under people's skin. So I could see them doing that for this story. So these two, so it comes to a tiebreaker between Izzy and Lindsay. And guys, as much as I want a Harold Lindsay finale, we just haven't gotten that yet in this series, because Izzy destroys Lindsay in this. There's just no other way to say it. Then we have the aftermath too. The same thing still goes on with Gwen, but with Justin, he's pissed off about how much potential was wasted and how the producers should let him back in the show because their ratings are going to drop so far without his looks. And then Lindsay is probably just like, okay, maybe the Admiral Lindsay, her hotness was a little too much, which she wouldn't be wrong about. So then we get to Oceans 8 or 9. And for Oceans 8 or 9, oh, and also the Jeff Bridges storyline still going on pretty much the same. This is originally when Owen gets out, at least his first out. And the Courtney is still added to the Killer Grips, and the Killer Grips still lose, and Courtney still gets her free immunity by suing the show. So because of that, Beth, Owen, and Izzy, well, Izzy doesn't do this in canon, but she still would here. The three of them all vote for Courtney, but even though she has immunity, which gives Courtney the sole vote, and I think that her vote would still be Owen. There's no reason for it not to be. The Killer Gribs are kind of selling right now, not gonna lie. But then we have our final challenge before the merge, and that is not 1 million bucks BC. We skipped that episode, but the stuff between Courtney and Duncan still happens. This is $1 million babies. Now the stuff with Lashana still happens, with her winning the thing with Lashaniqua and then bad mouthing all the other contestants. There we go. And the Screaming Gaffers still lose this. But honestly, I think the Screaming Gaffers are the same outside of DJ being here. And yeah, they are. So in this timeline, part of the reason I think they would add this in, even though they probably would still win anyway, the writers would probably add in that part of the reasons that Gaffers have been doing so well and haven't lost a single thing since Gwen's elimination and when DJ locked in with the deal is because DJ and Chef have been just cheating in every challenge. DJ's lost his good guy, I don't want to say good boy, his good guy persona. I mean, well, he's still like being nice to people. He's still a nice guy, but like he's locked in on cheating. But they don't want to make it too obvious, so they lose this time. And I actually think this is where DJ decides one way or another, I have to win this. Even if I have to make alliances I don't want to make. So, it looks like people are going to get out Heather here. But, because, I mean, like, people don't really want to go for Lashana right now because she apologized. But I think that DJ is able to rope in Heather and Harold. And how he's able to do this is Heather's desperate. Harold's kind of desperate, but not as much. And also, he's very nice to Harold and doesn't bully him anymore. Also, Harold and Heather have that connection from the Total Drama Island special. So, with that, both of them are able to reconnect and through DJ, not become like friends or anything. They still don't really like each other. But the three of them make an alliance. And while DJ knows that they wouldn't go for Lashana, because Harold wouldn't want to vote Lashana, he does know Harold doesn't like Duncan. And even though DJ is buddies with Duncan, he's on that on all costs he has to win thing right now. So the three of them vote Duncan and he's eliminated. So this brings us to our merge. And we skip dial in for merger. But we do have Lashana, Heather, DJ, Harold, Beth, Izzy, and Courtney in this merge. So little different. Main difference, though, I'm going to say is that Duncan isn't here, because that does affect quite a few things with the Courtney plot. Oh, and by the way, Courtney definitely crashed out hearing that. So, originally in this challenge, we had Courtney win immunity, and this is where Lashana got out. Yeah, and Lashana got out just or because of the hard feelings, right? Just below Duncan in terms of votes. I'm pretty sure that Lashana got out because of her mean comments, right? They have to vote off Lashana. Harold still refuses to do so. Courtney tells Harold and Lashana cannot be trusted after what she had done. Okay, so Harold does vote for Lashana here. So I think with DJ here, this is also where DJ ropes in a really pissed off and sad, probably crying Courtney. And I think he obviously does that by saying, yeah, I was buddies with him too. It really hurt. And it was Harold, Heather, and Lashana who did it. But it was all Lashana's idea, and Heather and Harold really didn't want to do it. They want to get revenge. And Courtney, being fueled by anger, you know how she acted in Total Drama World Tour. She gets, like, freaking insane. So she starts being really mean to Lashana, who's really confused all day. And along with the fact that the DJ and Heather and Courtney are able to convince Harold that Lashana can't be trusted after what she said, That's 4 votes Lashana right there. It doesn't matter where Lashana, Beth, and Izzy go. I think that this is still Lashana's end. Well, not like in, but you know what I mean. So then we have the Aftermath 3, where Owens still goes the same, but Duncan is where I think that Duncan would actually be really impressed. Because whenever, just going to say this, I think this is how it is in canon. Whenever they get eliminated, they're able to watch the previous episodes. And I think that Duncan would be very, very impressed with DJ. Or at least they know what's going on now. All the secrets and stuff. He'd be very impressed with how DJ is going, and he's probably, even though he got voted out, he'd probably be rooting for DJ. And then Lashana goes about the same, but she'd probably be very surprised that DJ turned out to not be as good a guy as she once thought. I mean, he's still a good guy, but you know. So then we have the Princess Pride, which would be a little bit different. I actually think now that Heather's still here, Heather would be the princess. Probably. And I think that this is where who would probably go to the top? Who would have a crush on Heather? There's so many more girls than guys here, so I'm probably just going to say, since everyone's straight in this show, DJ or Harold. Who do I want to do? Because what I think's going to happen here, you know what? I have it good for the plot. All right. So Heather or DJ goes up there because he wants to win immunity. And Heather doesn't like being a pawn. She feels like she, Harold, and Courtney are pawns. So what she does is, as she's the princess, she waits till he comes up there, and she does the same thing Courtney does with Justin, where it's like, sorry, but I need this immunity. And she knocks DJ down, beating him up on the way. Well, she doesn't beat him up, but the fall does. And then she calls out to Chris. And she reveals to Chris that Chef and DJ have an illegal alliance. And this gets DJ disqualified from the game. And Chef has to sit in timeout and freaking get reduced pay. Actually, probably doesn't get paid already. Now, Heather mainly did this. Courtney and Harold are a little annoyed at first. But Heather mainly did this because they already have majority. And Heather wants to be the leader of this. And I think that especially after telling Courtney that she got manipulated by DJ, all of Courtney's hate would go away and go on to DJ. And then Harold would probably just feel kind of trapped right now because he's stuck between or with Heather and Courtney, which are the two most aggressive people, at least in Gen 1. Probably some of the most aggressive people on this show. So we skip Get a Clue. And then we go to Rock and Rule. Now, is this originally when Owen comes back? This is, yes, Owen returns, which I think is dumb, but it still happens. So, we can bring him back. And I think at this point, him and Izzy are, like, full-on together. Like, a full dating thing. Izzy hasn't just been floating. She's probably been going on an arc of her missing Owen very dearly because Izzy was here for longer, then she got to have that whole time without him, then Owen comes back, they probably make out. I think these two are like full on together at this point. Beth is still being a floater just like she is in canon, and then y'all already know Heather, Courtney, and Harold. Now originally the person to win this challenge is Courtney, as always. And I think Courtney still does. Now, originally, Lindsay gets out here because she votes for herself, but I don't think that would happen. Instead, I think Izzy would use this opportunity of Owen returning back to the game, who, by the way, is a mole still, as an opportunity to try to take out this big alliance. Because until this, Beth and Izzy just kind of thought they were screwed. So yeah, Izzy's able to go talk to Beth, who doesn't really take that much convincing, and the three of them have to vote for one of the three of Heather, Harold, or Courtney. And of the three, the least Courtney has immunity, and the least hard person to eliminate here in the tiebreaker is Harold. Definitely Harold over Heather. So I think that it comes down to 3 votes Harold and then probably 3 votes Izzy. People would be scared of her physical threat. So I think that when it comes to a tiebreaker of Izzy and Harold, let's be honest, guys. Yeah, Harold has some mad skills, but it might be over here for Harold. So now the tides have turned. The turns have tabled. That's not how you say that at all. So we have crouching, or we skip crouching Courtney, hidden Owen, and then we go to 2008, a space Owen. Now, there is one interesting thing that I want to say. Owen was brought into the show as a mole, but now that Izzy's here, he doesn't really want to cause drama. Now that Izzy's here, and the three of them are on top of the game right now. He kind of just wants to coast, and that might come to bite him in the butt in a minute. So this is, though, when Courtney and Beth's alliance goes away, which I don't think this would ever happen in this timeline, the Courtney-Beth alliance, because Courtney's been over here not even thinking about Beth, and Beth's already roped in with them. Now, who wins invincibility? Oh, Beth wins invincibility. You know what? I think that would still happen. Is this the one? Oh, yeah, this is the one where Duncan Spider gets killed. Okay, this is the vomit comment. Okay, yeah, no, so obviously Duncan Spider isn't in this. But I think that realistically, Owen wouldn't vomit. He's probably eaten so much he knows how to just not vomit. So actually, yeah, he might be the winner here. Would he? Well, yeah, I think he'd be the winner here. So I'm actually going to give this one to Owen. And because of that, they would probably go for Courtney over Heather, just because Courtney's way more annoying this time around than even Heather. So, yeah, especially since Duncan left. She probably whines about that too much. So, yeah, even if Beth got the immunity, though, which you can think in your mind, then it doesn't matter. The same thing would still happen. But then we have our... This is when Courtney and Owen get eliminated. Owen gets kicked out for being found out as a mole, while Courtney gets voted out. And honestly, I think Owen still gets kicked out here, but not for being found out. Instead, I think it's for not causing that much drama, like at all. So he gets fired and eliminated, but not before the vote, which sadly, even though I want Heather to make it, realistically, these three are not shifting. So while Owen does get fired, Heather either way still gets out here. Right? Well, actually, hold on. Let me see who wins immunity first before I jump to conclusions. Now, the person who wins immunity here is Beth. Never mind. Sorry, Heather. Sorry, Heather. So we've come to our freaking floater. Again. Why do I have mutiny on the soundstage up here? Oh, yeah. I brought this because this is, originally, they tie, which is why, yeah, they originally tie, which is why they go into Aftermath 4. And honestly, guys, I like doing the vote, but I want to be realistic with mutiny on the soundstage. Izzy would destroy Beth, which means that the Aftermath 4 wouldn't happen. There wouldn't be a vote, because this was originally supposed to be the finale. So I think that for the Aftermath 4, they still bring Jeff and Bridget. And, oh, my freaking website just crashed, my other website. Good thing it wasn't this one, or a Clip Champ. But they still bring Jeff and not... When did I even pick up Duncan? Hold on. Whoops. Right... Where did Bridget go? Am I slow? I'm slow. Okay, so they still bring Jeff and Bridget, and they just talk to DJ, which would be a very good one, Harold, Courtney, Heather, Owen, and Beth, and Izzy. They probably just talk to every single person, and then probably do some mini games to see who gets their way into Total Drama World Tour, which if I ever continue this particular one, y'all will see, because I do plan on continuing a few of these videos into other seasons. But that won't be for a while, so that's another thing you can subscribe for. Yeah, but that's gonna do it for this episode. I'm kind of glad Izzy won, because Izzy definitely proved herself this season. She got voted out, but then came back almost immediately, which, yeah, I know is a little cheap. They get to skip like 2 episodes, but it's not that bad. And then I think she won 2 tiebreakers, if I'm not mistaken. She won at least one, and she definitely was the underdog for a lot of the season. Now, she did luck out with Owen returning, but, I think it's still pretty good. Better than freaking Beth winning. But that's going to do it for... Why did I just stutter like an animatronic? That's going to do it for this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I cannot wait to catch y'all in the next one, where we will be doing... Who gets eliminated in Full Metal Drama? Whoever gets eliminated here, because I know it's not originally Lindsay. I don't know the elimination order as well for this one. So, yeah, see ya.